I'm gonna be real with y'all. Dymond, this wasn't your fight, sis. I think if everybody in the house worried more about their own relationship, if everybody in the house focused on their own relationship and the reason that they are all in the house, a lot of these couples might be doing a little bit better. A little bit better. What's good, y'all? I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. Never Ever Met, Season 1, Episode 4, Disconnections. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below. All right, so we pick up with Greg and Millie. So Millie is telling Greg that the kiss in the jacuzzi just felt forced to her. It didn't seem natural. She wants to slow things down and, kind of take things one step at a time. He completely understands that. He gets that. I wrote down that I get like mean girl, low-key crazy vibe from Millie. Now, we do find out that she does have some trauma later on in the episode, but as trauma aside, there's something kind of off-putting about her. We then pan over to Dymond. So we see Dymond is telling Millie that she wants to tell Sandia about Chris, how she is perceiving Chris and Jody, how a lot of people in the house are perceiving Chris and Jody. That's not your place, sis. I feel like that's not your place. Sandia is seeing it with her own eyes as well. One, we don't need to add insult to injury. Two, it's just not your place. You are not there to be mediator. You are not there to be judge and jury. And I think that's what's been bothering me about Aaron and Dymond this entire time. Like, y'all are not in charge of the girls. So I don't know why y'all feel like y'all need to go through and let everybody else know about their relationship, because Dymond strikes me as the type that if somebody tried to tell her about her relationship, she wouldn't take too kindly to it. Stay out of them people's business. So Sandia feels as if Jody and Chris just are very in each other's personal when they talk. So this is what I'm saying. Well, Sandia sees what she sees. It's up to her. It's up to Sandia to go talk to Chris about that, or to have a woman-to-woman with Jody about it. So Millie feels that Jody should be kikiing with her own dude and not with Chris. Now, I do agree. We do not see Aaron and Jody spend any time together. We at least do see Chris and Sandia talking. We don't see Jody and Aaron spending any time together whatsoever. Dymond and Millie want to be there when Sandia decides to talk to Jody, and I think that is a terrible idea, because you are going to make Jody feel attacked. You're going to make her feel ganged up on. And then it turns into Millie and Dymond being like, because if she buck, I'm a buck back. Why? Everybody, mind your own business. They shouldn't, it's too many people in this house. That's the real issue. So we get Chris and Sandia. So the way that he holds his fork is upsetting, it's concerning, and quite frankly, it's pissing me off. Why are you holding why are you eating like this? Like, it's weird. I don't like how he holds his fork. Sandia tells him that she's not okay with the touching and the closeness of him and Jody. He completely gaslights her and tells her that she's jealous and it's annoying. He then said that she's over-exaggerating and she's doing too much. Now, while they're trying to have this talk, he decides to call Jody into the room, which was completely inappropriate, which was rude. If I'm telling you I'm not comfortable with how you are moving with this woman, the audacity of you to tell this woman to come join the conversation. So then we have Jody who comes in, and Jody sits in the chair with Sandia, and it's like, girl, read the room. See, Jody is one of those girls that is going to be fringy before she tries to make a move on your dude. Jody can sit here and lie all she wants to. You do like Chris. You are checking for Chris. You are being disrespectful to Sandia. So Jody comes in and it's like, look, they think we got something going on because we got a strong male and female connection. It's not that. It's that y'all are all but flirting in front of everybody else. with each other. So he then said that he's never flirted with Jody whatsoever. Sandia tells Jody straight up, I am uncomfortable with the connection, the relationship that the two of you have. The only thing that Jody should have said in response to that is, okay, sis, I got you. I'll take a step back. In turn, Jody gaslights her, and it's like, no. This ain't even you. This is everybody else filling this up in your head. Jody. Y'all don't think it's weird? I'm talking to Chris and Jody. Y'all don't think it's weird that y'all are saying the same thing? Oh, it's everybody else. Y'all are gaslighting Sandia into not believing her own thoughts, her own feelings. You know how disgusting that is to have somebody do that to you? So Kristen said that it's just because the girls don't like Jody. Aaron is like, well, I mean, Chris just want to be Jody's friend. Aaron, why are you here? Whose friend do you want to be? Because let's be real, Jody has been paying you dust since you messed up 1 or 2 steps dancing and since you couldn't get that wine open with the corkscrew. She's been like off you since then. We then get Taronda, finally without a hat. So Taronda is counseling Greg and Millie? No. Why is there not a real counselor, a real relationship expert, a real therapist in this house that is doing this? We don't need a host for the show, per se. We need, like, professionals. Nonetheless, Taronda's talking to Greg and Millie. They feel they have chemistry. They feel they have a connection. Millie said in her confessional, I should say, that she's worried about revealing things to Greg about her past, but she has her sister coming and he has his mom coming, and y'all know these meetups with the family members and the friends are like very pointless. Very, 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 very pointless. So we then get we have Chris talking to the guys about what they see with him and Jody, right? Pastor Aaron said it looks away, and the way that he looks at her, the way he talks to Jody, if he was doing that about Dymond, that he would be saying, oh, he got something going on, or he likes my girl. And he said, and you would have a problem with that too. And he kind of tells Chris, look at how this can be misconstrued. You got to look at the optics of this. And the optics do look away. The optics look crazy, right? So Greg tells him, look, if Sandia feels that this is inappropriate, you should probably take a step back. Take a step back from it. If she's not comfortable with it, why keep pressing the issue? Chris is like, nah, fuck all that. If that's an insecure trait, and if she insecure, I'm not going to let her control and dictate how I move. You don't respect her. You don't care about her feelings. You tell us that later. But that's like, I hope Chris is watching this season back. I hope Chris is watching this show back and he's seeing himself for his worth. I do. So then Aaron is like co-signing Chris. It's given like throuple to me. I don't know. But Aaron is co-signing Chris, and it's like, no, Jody is outspoken. And if she liked Chris, it'll come out by now. Has she told you that she liked you, Aaron? Has it come out that she actually likes you? Yet you still believe that she has. We haven't seen her tell you that she likes you. You don't care about what she actually says. But okay. So apparently on the first night, Chris and Jody bonded about sleeping with someone on the first night. Chris feels that it takes, upwards 6 months to a year before he begins to trust you, but he will sleep with you on the first night. Jody co-signs that, and it's like, yeah, I'm trying to get laid on the first night too, you know what I mean? And if I want to fuck, and it's like, where is the shame? Where is the shame, sis? And so Chris thinks that because him and Jody think the same way and that they bonded over, wanting to sleep with people on the first night, that's why the other ladies don't like her. I don't think that's why the other ladies don't like her. I think that might be the very last reason the other ladies don't like her. Taronda meets with Brandon and Sienna. So Sienna said that it's been a lot of ups and downs. She said that they have a very solid platonic foundation, but she feels that whenever they try to take it up a level, that it gets shaky. Brandon thinks they have chemistry, but said there are things that are turning him off. He feels she don't listen. She doesn't. Sienna listens long enough to respond, not to understand. She immediately tells him, I think you full of shit, and she starts to go off. This what we talking about, sis? He's telling you that the communication issues that he has with you are he feels you don't listen. You tell him he's full of shit. Why? Why? Sienna doesn't take constructive criticism well at all. Taronda is like, well, girl, it's your delivery. It is your delivery. Sienna tells Brandon that, look, Sienna does not know how to step out of her masculine energy. She's an independent woman. She's used to doing everything for herself. And it is going to take some patience and, some trust that she starts to trust you before she really steps into her feminine energy like that and kind of relaxes. She also tells Sienna, sis, you're always on the defense. You are always on defense. You got to chill a little bit. Nobody wants to be with somebody that's rat-tat-tat-tat the entire time. Nobody. Sienna thinks that the relationship is worth saving. Brandon said right now, in this moment right here, today, right now, no, I don't think it's worth saving. And I don't think it is either. Y'all are always going to have this volatile back and forth. Y'all are not going to work. Cut your losses now. We can send another couple home. Brandon then tells the guys what happened with Taronda, and Josh tells him, energy cannot be destroyed. It just gets transferred. And Brandon has never heard that before for some reason. The No Child Left Behind just... All right. Jody and Aaron now meet up with Taronda, and Jody's energy is always off when she has to be in a scene where it's just her and Aaron. Her energy is always off. She always looks tense. She always looks like scatterbrained. She always looks just anxious when she has to engage with him alone, right? So they're talking. Jody said that she's irritated by the rumors that she and Chris have a connection. Okay. Aaron said that he doesn't see anything out of the ordinary because he has a lot of female friends too. I'm sure you do. I'm certain you do, Aaron. That is not a shock to anybody. Sorry. That is not a shock to anybody. Taronda says that, look, y'all remind me of me and my best friend. Y'all give roommate energy. Do y'all have a connection? Do y'all think y'all have a connection? Jody sits up there and lies flat in Taronda's face and says that she thinks they have a connection and that she's just slower to move in intimate connections with people. Look, if you're slower to move in intimate connections, that's perfectly fine, but you won't talk to the man. Anytime we see you talk, it is to Chris. And sure, it could be editing, for sure. But the only time we see you talk for real, is to Chris, Jody. Let's be very for real about this. You don't like Aaron. You don't have chemistry with Aaron. Y'all don't have a connection. I wouldn't put it past Aaron and Jody to for real be pen pals or something that use this just to get on the show. But nothing about y'all gives chemistry. Y'all don't even give a friendship vibe, to be real. Y'all look like two people that's on a show. So then we get Millie's sister has showed up. She tells her sister, look, me and Greg are doing good. He's really into me. We might even be exclusive by the time we leave. Her sister lets her know, look, you'll be able to get through this. You'll be fine. You just gotta, trust the process, be open, and really put in the work to make this relationship work. Her sister tells her it's time for you to find love. Millie gets emotional and then she yells out that she has been assaulted, but she's not bitter about it. You might not be bitter about it, but you don't seem healed. You don't seem healed, and I think that is something that y'all have been dating for 3 years. I'm not sure. It could have come up prior to this, but considering that y'all are now in front of each other, y'all have more of a physical proximity to one another. It is definitely something that needs to be discussed. Definitely something that needs to be discussed. So she said, Millie, that she does not think that people want to stick around with her. So she has some, could be some self-esteem issues, some self-worth issues. But we gotta talk to Greg about this. He seems like a really good dude. You know what I mean? And like, just from the little bit that we've seen of him, he doesn't seem like the type of dude that's going to hold it over her head or like punish her for it. So hopefully they work it out, because they're like one of the only two couples that I think make sense, to be real. So then we see Millie's sister talking to Greg. He wants to know some things that he should be aware of in order to gain access to like a deeper level with her. And her sister is like, just show her that you're really listening. It could be as simple as getting her a gift of something simple that she mentioned. You know what I mean? She said that she likes, I don't know, Twizzlers. Buy her ass a pack of Twizzlers one day. It's little simple things like that. We then get Greg's mom comes in, and I feel like it's very rushed, but he tells his mom, he's serious about her, yada, yada, yada. And then I feel like he shows his mom that he made his bed, and then his mom leaves. So I guess Millie and his mom don't talk. Okay. Josh and Shay are in the intimacy suite again. He said he watched a YouTube video on how to give a foot rub. So that's where we are. Okay. Taronda talks to Chris and Sandia. So Sandia said that he gets along more with Jody than anyone else in the house. Chris doesn't think that he has any connection with Jody. I'm going to say this. What I think the part that Chris and Jody are playing in everybody's face about this, right? You can become cool with somebody and y'all got a connection. So y'all do have a connection. Y'all have a connection. I have a connection with coworkers. We rock with each other. When we're at work and we're talking and we're conversing and we're, whatever, we have a connection with each other. So I think we need to stop using the word connection, because Chris and Jody clearly don't know what the word means. But y'all do have a connection with each other. Y'all do have chemistry with one another. Y'all do, whether y'all want to admit it or not. And I also feel like the fact that y'all are being so weird about it, like y'all are making yourselves look guilty. So he then said that Sandia has all these mood swings. He didn't realize she had so many mood swings now that they're dating in person. And he said that the other girls are getting her all riled up. So he's now saying again that the other ladies are putting this in her head, discounting how Sandia actually feels about what's happening. He then said that I don't have time to entertain anybody's mood swings. He then said that he does not believe all of her feelings are valid. And that was so disgusting to hear. Oh my God. I kind of feel like Sandia, for this man to tell you in your face your feelings are not valid. I don't know what more you need him to say to you before you're like, okay, check him. What more do you need to hear for you to get up and walk away? He then said that he's not the type of guy that would keep talking about the same thing. So if you ask me something once, I give you an answer. You can ask me again and I'm going to ignore you. And I was like, wow. He then said that her insecurities are within her. Basically, don't have nothing to do with me. He then asked Sandia, have I not been considerate? I've been more considerate, right? She doesn't answer. So the answer is, survey says, nigga, no. Kristen said that he thinks that him and Sandia have the best chemistry in the house. And I'm like, so now you just want to play around. So now you just want to play in everybody's face and waste everybody's time. He said that he wants more consistency from her. He said he could see himself being with her long term because they have the same values and they're Haitian. Chris can see himself being with Sandia long term because Sandia is not going to stand up to him. We have seen this now. Sandia tries to stand up. She tries to voice her opinions. She tries to voice her feelings. He shuts her down, moves on with it, and she rolls with it. So he sees her as the woman that he can marry, so that he can feel like he's staying true to his culture. I'm going to marry another Haitian woman so I can have Haitian kids. But I'm going to cheat on her and I'm going to stick and move everywhere else. But I want to have her at home so I can have the optics of the perfect family. That's why Chris says he can see himself with her. Because Sandia is the type, the way that she's acting now, she's going to let you cheat on her and she's not going to say a thing about it. She's not going to fight you about this. She's not going to, beat you over the head with trying to get you to understand and feel her. She doesn't have the wherewithal to stand up for herself and make her voice truly heard. I almost called her name. Sandia sees a future with him as well. Girl, why? What future do you see? This man doesn't like you. Taranda tells them that there are relationship experts available. If y'all want to pursue this, we can help you. We got people here. Chris doesn't think it's necessary. Chris, you don't think that her feelings are valid. You feel that she's insecure. You feel that you are considerate enough. She doesn't. And you don't think y'all have anything to work through. So Sandia is like, well, I can't go by myself. So, oh, well. He's like, no, I mean, I'll go with you. I just don't think it's necessary. So they're cooking dinner. Apparently it's Jody and Aaron's turn to cook. Did it bother anybody else that Aaron was standing at the stove like this and then stirring? You don't have to watch us while you stir. You can turn around. But the way he was stirring like this bothered me. Turn around and finish cooking. You don't have to sit and look at us while you stirring. It's not necessary. So Jody asked Chris, how did it go outside? Jody, why? Why do you care? Why do you care? What's it to you? I get y'all are friends, but you see how the optics are making this look crazy? Chris said that, well, basically it's some bug. It's too many people in everybody else's business. He basically says that Sandia is weak-minded and being influenced by everybody else. Dymond turns around. Ain't nobody in y'all business. She's venting to us. It's a mixture of both, Dymond, to be real. It's a mixture of both. Sandia is venting to y'all, but Dymond at the top of the episode says we saw you go talk to Millie and say that y'all needed to talk to Sandia about Chris and Jody. It's a mixture. Sandia is venting at some points, but you are also inserting yourself in everybody else's business. So then Dymond then is saying that, where nobody's in your business. Chris said, well, that's not true, saying that anything, but this was weird to me, but Chris was saying that Sandia venting was not true when that is though. That is true. Now Sandia is sitting there not saying a word. So then Jody is like, it's a lie. Y'all capping and lying on my name. And it's like, everybody is in everybody else's business. Dymond points out in her confessional how, no, she said this out loud. Everybody has something else to say. Now everybody quiet. I mean, which is facts. Y'all all been whispering and bumping the gums about them. But I feel like a lot of people are like, damn, why are we going to get that deep in their business? It's one thing to be like, yeah, Jody and Chris do be kind of close. It's another to be like, Sandia, they cheating on you, sis. It's a whole nother situation, right? So Dymond feels the way that nobody's backing her up. So she says, I guess she don't want dinner no more. She wants to go to the boom boom room. Aaron wants to know why y'all bring this out while we cooking. We cooking. Why y'all want to talk now while we cooking? Nigga, turn around and stir so you can focus. Why don't you care? God, why don't you care? So Dymond and Aaron, Pastor Aaron, are talking, and she feels the way that he didn't back her up, and he was like, "You had it," and she's like, "Yeah, I had it, but." So now she thinks everybody is fake and phony. Josh, Shay, Dymond, and Aaron, Pastor Aaron, go to the boom boom room, and I guess they just gonna starve because Pastor Aaron said that he's not gonna eat nobody's food if they got bad energy, because they gonna put their bad energy up into your food. And it's like, sir, if everybody would mind their own business, y'all focus on your own relationships or lack thereof, we would not have this issue. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. Don't forget, subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video, leave your comments down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.